Okay, so I have been keeping a secret and I think it's time to finally say something about it. Oh god. Hang on, I need some coffee. Also, I got bangs. What do you think? Are they cute? I think they're cute. They're a little high maintenance, you know, but I think I had that coming. I think I knew what I was signing up for with that, but I think it's just something different, you know, put some layers in my hair, got some bangs, just went for it, you know? And also before I get into this video, I want to give a quick shout out and show you guys my sweater that I'm wearing. I don't know how well you can see it. Okay, just ignore those clothes back there. But this is just like an oversized black cardigan I have been loving. This is from Tailored Tough. I will leave the Instagram, her Instagram shop in the bio, so if you guys want to shop those clothes, let me just go ahead and zoom me back in. But yeah, her stuff is super cute and super affordable, and I have literally been living in this. It's so comfortable, and I love that I can just like pair it with like a tank top or like a spaghetti strap shirt and just like throw this on over, because weather has been so weird lately. I don't know whether to dress for summer or to dress for winter, so this is just like a perfect in between. But okay, let's go ahead and get into the video because wow, this is going to be insane. Honestly, I'm not even sure where to begin with this, but I'm gonna try my best and give you guys the full rundown of what's going on. So as you guys know, I have been working in San Francisco since about like the middle of January. I'm gonna kind of like give a backstory of what I do and like how I found it, how I got started, blah blah blah. I started working there in hold on. I graduated college in December of 2017. After I graduated, I knew that I was gonna have to get a job, that I was gonna have to like kind of get my life started, get the ball rolling type of deal. So I started I started looking on the internet because, you know, how else do you find things? And I used the job search site Indeed. If you haven't heard of Indeed, go Google Indeed and like you'll be able to see what it is. It's essentially like this big job searching site where if you're looking for a job, you can go on there, like search by like type of job, like, you know, where you want to work, like that kind of stuff. It's a super easy, like, okay, this is not sponsored. I'm just like giving you a backstory. I feel like whenever I hear people talk like this, I'm just like, oh, so they sponsored you? Okay. Anyway, I started looking at jobs on this site, and one day I found this job that said like on-camera makeup host, like I forget what it, like the title was. And I was like reading the description of the job because like on the site it'll tell you like, you know, is it part-time, full-time, you know, contract, commission, whatever. It'll tell you the location, and then it'll tell you what you will do in that job, and then it tells you your qualifications and how to apply, blah blah blah. So I was reading through this description of the job and I was like, this is fake. I seriously was like, this is not a real thing, because it was honestly way too good to be true for me. I was like, who, like, people don't have a job like this is ridiculous. Like, this is what I do at home in my bedroom, like just filming videos, talking to the camera. But I think my favorite part of this story, honestly, is that I literally thought this was a fake job. Like, I didn't think it was real. You know, like some of the things you see on Craigslist, okay, like I'm not comparing Indeed to Craigslist because they're totally two different things. But sometimes you see stuff on Craigslist and you're like, debatable. That's how I felt about this. And so I honestly found this job on Indeed, and I waited a couple days before I applied because I was like, no, this is like, I don't know, I have trust issues, you know, and I was like, I don't know if I'm ready to like make that commitment. So I ended up showing my parents this posting on Indeed. I said, you know, like, what do you think? Like, should I apply for this? Like, I don't know. And a couple days later, I just decided, you know, I'm just gonna apply for it. Like, what's the worst that could happen? They could just not respond, or I could just be rejected. Like, it's fine. So I ended up applying for the job, and I think, I don't remember exactly when I applied. I applied sometime like during, like, I think it was like late in the week. And I heard back from them the beginning of the following week, and I had, they had said that they wanted to interview me. And so I was like, okay, like, sure, why not, you know? I figured that I was going to be going on a couple job interviews to find a job anyway, so I thought, what better way to start this? So I did a phone interview with them, and I passed through that round, and I ended up going, and the phone interview was on Tuesday, I remember, because it was just, I just remember this. And I ended up going to do an in-person interview that Friday, so it was the same week. And I went down, and it was just like so crazy because I was like, wow, like I'm honestly interviewing for a job in San Francisco. Like, who am I? You know what I mean? You just like feel those things sometimes. You're just like, wow, is this real life? That's how I felt. And so I went to San Francisco and did my job interview, and I was so, I feel like I can say this now because like I already worked there, but I was so nervous. I was honestly sweating. Like, and if you know me, and like obviously like I'm super comfortable in front of the camera, like YOLO, but I was so nervous. Like I was sweating like driving up there, and I had coffee because I drink coffee like it's the air I breathe, but I was like so jittery. I was so nervous, and I ended up like, the interview went really well. I mean, I think obviously it went really well. And everybody that I met there was super cool, and just like everyone's really young, just really like low key, just chill, you know, which is like so nice in a work environment in my opinion. And so I ended up doing the in-person interview, got to meet them. I did like a little like I don't know, like a trial run kind of thing of like a video, like a mock-up video. So I was pretending to do like what I would do in the job. God, these freaking lint things. I did that part first, and then I did kind of like a sit down, you know, let's talk about our life kind of interview, where they like ask questions and like, why do you want to be here? Like, what do you bring to the table? Like that kind of stuff. And it went really well. And I think it was, gosh, I don't even know. I think it was like the next day or something. I can't really remember. Maybe it was like no, I think because that was a Friday, so it had to be the following week. Anyway, the following week, they had offered me a position. So basically what I do for this company is like a media publication company. They produce like food videos, like home decor, DIY, beauty, like little fun videos like that. So my job is I essentially make these kind of videos, like where I'm, well, not so much like talking videos, but like showing how to do makeup. So I'll do like little mini YouTube videos essentially. They're usually between like 1 to 2 minutes long. And what I do is I do like tips and tricks, like how to apply mascara, how to do a winged liner, how to apply blush correctly, like how to contour, like all those little like makeup tips and tricks and stuff. So that's what I create. So I essentially get to do this right here, what I'm doing for a living. How crazy is that? And the videos that I create are not necessarily on YouTube, but they are used for like advertisement purposes. So if you're like searching through Facebook and you see this like little makeup ad, that would be the ad that I created. So it's like stuff like that. Some of you guys have even messaged me on Instagram saying that you've seen my videos, you've seen the stuff that I'm creating, which is like so cool to like see it and like know that you guys are seeing it. And so it's just, it's awesome. And so when they offered me the position, I was contract. So I wasn't like a full-time, part-time employee. I was like just on a project by project basis. So I would go in when they would like have stuff for me to do, and I started, when I started I was going Monday and Tuesday only. So I live in Salida, obviously, like you probably know that, but I live in Salida and I was commuting to, well, I am commuting to like the Bay Area. And so, and I figured like only going Monday, Tuesday was like not that big of a deal. And so I thought, it's fine, like it's not gonna be a big deal at all, whatever, it's cool. So now let's fast forward a little bit. So like a couple weeks went by, turned into a month, and I was starting to go like, you know, more than twice a week. They were like, okay, well, let's have you come in 3 days. Okay, let's have you come in 4 days, which I was like, of course, like I would love to be there all the time, you know? So I started going more frequently during the week, and the drive just got to be really, really hard. And I laugh so hard because honestly, I was one of those people who, when somebody would tell me that they were like a Bay Area commuter, I was like, honestly, tell me more about how sad your life is. Like, I had no sympathy. I was just like, honestly, you're just driving. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, how tired can you really be? You can be really tired because that drive sucks. Like, it's so, oh my gosh. But the job was so worth it at the, like, when I was commuting, and like, obviously when I'm commuting now, like, it's just like, I've gotten used to it at this point, but it's definitely not fun, but the job makes it so worth it. I think like if you have a job that doesn't make it worth it, that probably really sucks, but like that's not my case. So, you know, the drive is horrendous. Like it's not a good time. It takes me, let me just give you like a visual of like what my day looks like. I get up about 4:45 or so. I try to do like my hair sometimes like before like I go to work, but most of the time it's just like I'm too tired to even function. I can barely make a cup of coffee, okay, like let alone let me do my hair. So I get up usually at 4:45. I leave my house by 5:30. If I leave any later than 5:30, I'm normally late, or I'm like stuck in hours of traffic and it's just not a good time. I leave my house every day at 5:30, and it takes me just over, oh hey neighbor. It takes me just over like 3.5 hours to get there, which that's a long time to just get to one place, you know? And so I have to be there at 9 o'clock, so I usually get there between like 8:30-ish, like around there. So yeah, it's definitely a drive. And then when I come home, it's usually about like 2 hours and 15 minutes, 2 hours and 30 minutes. It just depends on like what time I leave. Sometimes like I leave right at 5. Sometimes I'm kind of more like 5:30, 5:45, but like it's just, you know, whatever. All in all, it's a very, very, very long drive. So I'm essentially in the car for about 6 hours a day when I have to go to work, which it's like I have to drive in the morning and then I have to work full day and then I have to drive home. It was just like, after a while, like doing that every single day was just like so exhausting. Is so exhausting. So anyway, so then I started thinking, okay, well, why don't I just like start kind of looking at places to live like in the Bay Area. And let's just be real. The Bay Area is so expensive. I was like, there's not a chance in hell that I'm gonna be able to afford anything other than a cardboard box on the street. Like, no. So I just, you know, for fun, was looking at apartments, and I think like maybe was looking maybe 2 days. Like I found some places and then I thought, okay, well, I'm just gonna like, you know, contact them. I looked on apartments.com is where like, because I feel like that's legit, and I decided, okay, well, I'll just like message them and like, what's the worst that could happen? Just to get some information and just kind of like, you know, the lowdown. So I ended up finding this one listing on apartments.com, and it was, I believe, like, I think it was a house or it was an apartment, I don't really know. But it had 2 bedrooms and one of the girls was moving out. So she had posted this listing and she was like, you know, I'm looking for somebody to take over my room. If you're, you know, interested, contact me, blah, blah, blah. And so I thought, okay, well, that's cool. And the other girl who she lives with is like 25. And so I figured, okay, I'm 23, 25, like that's pretty close in age. So I figured, whatever, I'm just gonna send her a message, tell her my story, like, yo, I'm commuting, like I'm trying to not do this commute anymore, help a sister out. So I ended up sending her that message, and I didn't hear anything back from her for a little while, but the following week I had found another place in Daly City, which from my like office is maybe like 25 minutes, like a drive, like 25-minute drive. And I went to go look at that place, and it was super cute, super small, and so expensive. I loved it, and it was so beautiful, but I was like, I can't afford this. Like this little shoebox of an apartment, like I can't do it. And it had no closet, so I was like, do they even know who I am? Do they know that I cannot function without a closet? I don't think so. So I went to look at that place, okay. I'm on my way home, I'm driving home, right? And I get this call, and I'm usually like straight up, like I will never answer my phone. Like I just don't do it unless like I know who is calling me. I get a bunch of calls from like, you know, telemarketers or just like random numbers calling me. And I usually just never answer it because I just don't like talking on the phone, like in general. It makes me nervous. I don't know why. Anyway, I'm driving home from looking at this apartment. This is the very first apartment that I looked at, mind you. I'm driving home from Daly City, and I get this call, and it's from this like Illinois number, and I'm like, what the heck? Like who? I don't know anybody in Illinois. Like who's calling me? I figure, why not? I'm just gonna answer the phone, see who it is, have a quick chat. What's the worst that could happen? So I answered the phone, and it ended up being the girl who I had emailed about this apartment with the other roommate who was 25. And so I was like, oh, that's like kind of weird. Like, why is she calling me? And so she was like, hey, super nice. And she was like, hey, I just wanted to let you know, like I got your message about, you know, wanting to come look at my apartment or look at my room or whatever. And she said, I just wanted to let you know, unfortunately, I did fill the room, like, so it's not available to rent anymore. And I was like, oh, okay, well, you know, that sucks. But like, that's super nice of her to call and like, let me know. And so I was like, okay, thank you. Like, I really appreciate it. And then she said, but I have some friends who are also, they have a house and they have an extra room they're looking to rent to somebody. So if you want to, if you want me to, like, I can give them your contact information, and then, you know, she can get a hold of you. And I thought, okay, like, sure, why not? She ended up giving her my phone number, and the other girl had called me, and she was really nice. The other house was a 4-bedroom house, and 3 girls were already living there, so they were looking to rent out another room. So I figured, you know, I'm just gonna go and look at it. Like, we'll just get some numbers, just do some searching, you know, look at what all my options are. And so I ended up, that was on Tuesday, like everything happens on a Tuesday, I don't know why. So that was on Tuesday, and then I ended up going to look at the house on Thursday, and it was so beautiful. Like, the house was ginormous, first of all. It was just immaculate, like in the most perfect area of San Francisco. So the house is in the outer Sunset District, which I'm not going to talk like I know all of San Francisco because I don't, but it's near the beach. So it's like the outer part of San Francisco near the water. So it's a little bit of a drive from my office, but I mean, it's only like 25 minutes versus like 3.5 hours. So I looked at the place, met the girls. They were all super nice, all my age, which was really cool. And they ended up telling me that if I wanted to rent it, like, you know, I could rent it. And I should also mention, while I was doing this house hunting, apartment searching hoopla, I was still only like contracted with my job, which essentially meant that I could go back to 2 days a week, I could stay at 3 days a week, I could be at 5 days a week. You know, it was just like my schedule was super all over the place, and I had to be really flexible, which was not a problem because like I wasn't doing anything else. But it was kind of like, well, I don't know, like, am I gonna be here 5 days a week? Am I only gonna be here 2 days a week? Like, is it really worth that, like, making the move? You know, and so I talked to my boss, and I had talked to a couple people and just, you know, told them, I'm like, what do you think I should do? Like, I don't know. So like I was saying, I wasn't part-time, I wasn't full-time, I wasn't like, I didn't have that like commitment from like my job, which I knew, you know, it would come with time, obviously. And so I thought, okay, well, I have this opportunity to move out here, and I took it. So I ended up signing the lease. Okay, so I went to like look at the place, this house, on Thursday. I signed the lease Friday morning. I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna take a chance. I'm gonna hope for the best. I'm gonna hope that I eventually become full-time, because like now I have rent, and it's very expensive rent, mind you. So I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. Like, I feel like this is what I need to do. Like, this is just like the opportunity presented itself, and I thought, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna take the chance. I'm gonna just jump off the ledge. I'm just gonna go for it. And in my head, I was just thinking, YOLO, 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 YOLO. So I signed the lease on Friday, and the weekend passed, and I went to work on Monday, and at the end of the day on Monday, they offered me a full-time position. So, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I'm just, even now, I could sit here and just start crying, honestly. Okay, now I'm getting emotional. But I think it's just absolutely insane how everything happened. I still just, I can't believe that it's like, this is my life now. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just, it's so wild. I don't even have words. Like, I'm just stuttering. Like, I don't, wow. So that means obviously I am moving to San Francisco. I am so excited. I never ever thought that, like, at this point in my life, this is what I would be doing. I actually had plans eventually to move to the city, but I was literally thinking like, oh, by the end of the year, I'll make the move. Like, hopefully I'll be full-time by then, you know? Like, I was just planning like super long-term. Turns out I'm gonna be doing things a little bit sooner than planned, which is excellent, but I am so excited. I am so tremendously grateful. I cannot just, I mean, some of you guys know, like, the past 2017 was not my year. I had a lot of things happen personally that just like really shook me, really just kind of dragged me down. But you know, everything happens for a reason. That's what I keep telling myself. And I think it's just, oh my gosh, like I can't believe this is my life. I get to live in beautiful San Francisco. I get to live right by the beach. I get to do my dream job every single day. That's my reality now. Like, that I am like, I know that it's possible to find a job that you just love and that I want to work 24/7. Like, that's how much I love it. Like, I don't want to have weekends off. Like, I want to be working all the time. Like, it's crazy. And I'm already a workaholic. Like, as far as freelancing goes, like, I could do that 24/7 too. And that's how I knew, like, this industry and being a part of the beauty industry and being a makeup artist and doing all of those things was my passion, because I feel like this, you know, I feel like I could literally do this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and never get tired of it. Obviously, there are some aspects where I don't love. Like, I don't love getting up super early in the morning. With this job, I didn't love getting up at 4:45 and having to drive 3.5 hours, but I knew that it was leading me in the direction that I wanted to go. I knew I had to take these, you know, not so fun steps to get to where I wanted to be. Like I said, I thought this whole situation was going to be much more long-term. I had no idea that it was going to happen this fast. But I think, like, just when I tell the story, when I think about it, like, the order of events, everything happened, and the timeline of the events that happened, like, I can't believe it. Like, I signed my lease on Friday, and then, like, on Monday, they're like, here's your full-time offer. Like, what? Like, what? I'm shook. I'm shook to the core. I am a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. I totally 100% believe that this is where I'm supposed to be. This is what I'm supposed to do. And I am so excited about it. I am so just like, I could scream on a mountaintop. I'm so excited. It's gonna be definitely a huge transition for me because I have never moved in my entire life. I have been in this house for 23 years. I didn't go away to college. I've never moved, like just my family has never moved houses. So I've been, you know, in this spot for 23 years and that's a long time, you know, and I have my little dogs here that I'm gonna miss so much and I'm just trying not to think about it because it just makes me sad. So I'm actually moving. This is being recorded on Friday. It'll be posted obviously today. But I'm moving on Sunday, so I'm moving in 2 days. I have nothing packed, so I should probably, like, you know, end this video pretty soon because I have a lot of stuff to do. So that's my big news. I'm so excited. I just can't stop saying I'm so excited. Like, I don't know what other words I'm supposed to use. But I am super excited. As of April 15th, 2018, I will be a San Francisco resident. I will still be, because I know a lot of people are gonna ask, I will still be doing wedding makeup and bridal makeup and stuff like that. I just probably won't be doing it as often just because I want to kind of like enjoy my new life over in San Francisco and not have to come home every weekend. But for the time being, I will still, until the end of the year, I will still be doing weddings. I'll still be, you know, in and out of town. Obviously my parents live here, so I'm gonna be coming back, you know, quite frequently and stuff, but I can't wait and I'm so stoked. And if you have any moving advice for me, I would love to hear it. I would love for you to give me some advice in the comments. That would be lovely. Just like little things or big things or just like life advice or like whatever you want to share with me. I would love to read it. So yeah, that's my freaking news. So crazy, I know. But I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I can't wait to show you guys my new place and how I decorate it and everything that's going in it. And I can't wait to show you where I live and like the people that I meet, the things that I do. I am just, I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and I will see you guys next time. Bye.